composition of shapes. Area of irregular shapes. Our first step is to separate the irregular shape into shapes with known formulas. And our step 2 will be to add the area of the shapes together. So let's look at example 1. Example 1. A tank is being made. The base is 15 by 5 inches wide by 35 inches long, or in length. The height of it is 25 inches. So find the total area of the tank. So now let's draw this tank out. So if we have a width of 15.5 inches, that means right here it's going to be 15.5 inches. Then our length is going to be 35 inches. We'll finish the base. But when we have this going up, this is going to be 25 inches, and we'll finish. We are going to have to find the area of each side of the tank. But notice that it's a tank, and so we're going to have some similar sides. So with a tank like this, we're going to have 6 total sides, because we have, see, right here and here, and then we have this bottom, we have the top, and we have the 2 sides. So that's 6 different sides. Now, if we were to lay it out, we would have this right here. Let's do a different color. This 4 times. So we know that this is from this number and this number. This is going to be 35 inches, and this is 25 inches. Then we have this. Let's actually draw another color right here. We have 2 of these. This is 25 by 15.5. We have 2 of these, so we're going to do that twice. So now we've kind of laid it all out, and now we can find the whole area of this tank. So the surface area. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have this, let's do this one, 35 by 25. Let's get our calculators out. We're just going to go 35 times 25, which is equal to 875. Now we can either do 875 and add this 4 times to each other. So 875 plus 875 plus 875 plus 1 more. Or we can just go ahead and multiply it by 4 to account for 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 of these, we'll just multiply it by 4. So we go ahead and go times 4, which is equal to 3,500. Now we need to do this one here. So if we go 15.5 times 25, let's get our calculators out. And we get 387.5. Now we have only 2 of these, so we can just go ahead and multiply it by 2, which is 775. Now our next step will be to add these 2 numbers together. So when we get our calculators out, let's add them together. So we'll take 775 plus 3,500 and we get 4,275. And now this is in inches squared. Find the area of the shape below. Once again, we have 3 different shapes that we can break it into. So we have a half circle because we know the area of a full circle. So we can just divide it by 2 then. And then we have this rectangle and a triangle. So let's go ahead and start off with the circle. So the circle area formula is pi r squared, meaning the radius. So we can plug this in, 3.14. Now we notice that this is the diameter of our circle. And so to find the radius, we take the diameter and divide it by 2. So r becomes 2. And then it's squared. So let's get our calculators out. I'm going to go 3.14 times 2 times 2, which is 12.56. But we need a half circle. So what we need to do is take the area of the circle and divide it by 2. So we get 12.56 and then divide it by 2. So we'll just take this number, divide by 2, and we get 6.28. And this is millimeters squared. So we'll box it so we know we can add it at the very end. Now we have a rectangle. So the area is the length times the width. So we get the length for how long it is right here, which is 10, times our height, which is 4. So 10 times 4 is 40. And then it's millimeters squared. Next we have the triangle. So the area is 1/2 times the base times the height. So we can see that we have 1/2 times, so our base here is right here. So it's the 5. So we would put 5 right there, and then our height is the 4. So what we can do is go 5 times 4 divided by 2, which is just 10. And then the total area of this whole shape is by adding all of them together. So we have 6.28 plus 40 plus 10. And we get 56.28 millimeters squared. And this would be the area of the shape above.